Just want to make sure it wasn't on backwards. I did that at my last school. Hey, how you doing, guys? It's Mr. Betty. So today we're gonna take our lesson about decimals a step further, and we're gonna look at the addition of decimals. Um, but not just the addition of decimals, the addition of decimals with place value. So let's get started. All right. So here we have a whole number and a decimal. 20.26. So the way we say this is 20 and 26 hundredths, because the 6 is in the hundredths place. So this is 20 and 26 hundredths plus 3 and 4/4. We've got one number behind the decimal, so this is 4/10. We have the whole number 3. The decimal says and 4/10. So 3 and 4/10. What we got. Now, there's two ways to do this, and I'm going to show you both ways. So the first way, if you remember, yesterday we talked about the zeros at the end of decimals. Or, when you get in the 8th grade, they'll be called insignificant figures. So, we can put a 0 behind this 4, and now we have the same amount of numbers after the decimal. And it's 2. 2 numbers after a decimal. And then all we have to do when we add is line those decimals up. 1 there, 1 there. We've got a 4. We've got a 0. And now, as you might remember, if you watched my place value addition with place value video, we have the 10s and the 1s, but here with 3.4 we only have the 1s. So we're going to line the 1s up. 3 is in the 1s, so we're going to line them up right there. So when we add, 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. Bring your decimal straight down, because all we're doing is adding. 0 plus 3 is 3. And then 2 plus basically a 0 is 2. So our answer to 20.26 plus 3.40 is 23.66. Now, that's the first way. Now there's another way, and I wouldn't say it's harder. I would just say that it relies more heavily on place value. So if you're not comfortable with place value, then you might not want to do it this way. But I'm going to show you, because this video is really going to be about place value. So, like we showed with the whole number, the 2-digit 20 has the 10s and the 1s. And the 1-digit 3 just has the 1s. Now, if we move behind the decimal, the 2 digits behind the decimal, 26, has the 10th. I'm going to put a TH. And the 100th. I'm going to put a TH to let us know it's 100th. Now the 4, just the 4, has just the 10th. 10th. So we've got it like that. See, the 26 is the 10th and the 100th, and the 0.4 is the 10th. Now, when we add, we're going to line up first the ones, which is shown by the O. So we're going to line up the 3 because it's in the 1 spot with the O. 0.4, and we're going to line that up with the 10th because that's in the 10th spot. So here's what we got. 20.26 plus 3.4 without adding the 0. So either way that you want to do it is fine. I'm going to erase these placeholders just to make it a little bit easier, so we don't have all that information which is going to confuse us. Alright, so 6 plus nothing, there's a 0 there. 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. We bring down your decimal right there. 0 plus 3 is 3. And 2 plus 0 is 2. So as you see, we got the same answer. We just did it a couple different ways. And I just want you to know the different options that you have when it comes to doing these problems. So, just for learning's sake, I want to do one more. And then I hope that you go and practice on your own. Because this applies to money, which I know that we all have experience with. And since it applies to money, I'm going to show you how to do one with something like money. So we have $100 and 32 cents. We're going to say it's money. $100 and 32 cents. Because that's something that we're all familiar with. Plus $5. So, how are we going to do this? This is our problem. 100.32 plus 5. Okay? So, 5 doesn't have any decimals, except that it really does. The decimal is behind every number. So every whole number, if you don't see a decimal, it has a decimal behind it. So the decimal is right here. And behind that decimal is as many zeros as you want. So in this case, to line up with what we have, we're going to put 2 zeros. Now we're going to line up our decimals. So we line up our numbers after the decimal, which are the 2 zeros. And then, like we did last time, our 1 in the 100 is in the hundreds place, obviously. Our first zero is in tens, and our second zero is in the ones. Now with 5, all we've got is the ones place. So we're going to line up the ones places. So the zeros in the ones and the 5s in the ones. So we're going to line those up. Now we're going to add. We're ready to add. So this is what we've got. 100.32 plus 5.00. So now we're going to add. And let's start on the far side, just like we've been doing. Because if you don't, and you have any regrouping, it's going to make life really difficult. So we're going to add straight down. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 0 is 3. Now we're going to bring our decimal straight down. Boom, 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 boom. And the decimal goes right there. Now we're going to add the whole numbers. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 1 plus 0 is 1. So our answer is 105.32. So that's a perfectly acceptable way to do it. And it's actually a pretty smart way, I think. Now, just like we did with the last problem, let me show you the other way. Alright, so we're going to leave the place value holders there. Alright, so we're going to erase these. So the 3 and the 2, the 3 is in the 10th place. So we're going to do a capital T, and the 2 is in the 100th place. So we're going to do an H and a lowercase th. So all we got to do here, because we have no decimal and no decimal numbers after the 5, all we need to do is we need to line up the 5, which is in the ones place, with the ones in 100. Like so. 100.32 plus 5. Now, the thing that you've got to remember here, just because you don't have two decimals, although you really do, and now you know you do, we're going to bring this decimal down, boom, 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 and put it right here. Now we're just going to add everything. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 0 is 3. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 1 plus 0 is 1. So we got the same thing. 105.32. Now, I wanted to show you both ways to do that. It doesn't matter which way that you do it. You're going to get the same answer either way. I just wanted you to know that there's more than one way out there. Even though, really, essentially, we did it the same way. I just wanted you to know that you don't have to create the decimal places. That you can add it without the decimal places. But if you want to create the decimal places, I think that's the easy and smart way to do it. And if you want to do it like that, then that's great. As long as you get it right, that's what we're trying to do here. So until next time, guys, when we'll look at subtraction of decimals, I'll see you. Be safe. Peace.